Hey guys, welcome to LegacyMan. It's for January 23rd, 2020. Hope you're having a great week this week. Listen, over the next couple of days, I'd like to share with you a couple of thoughts from the Sermon on the Mount found in Matthew chapter 5 that I believe are important to us as men wanting to live out the legacy of Christ. Tonight, we're going to pick it up in verse 13. It says this: "You are the salt of the earth. But if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet." It's important to note here that Jesus is talking to his disciples. He's talking to men whom he has called to himself, who have chosen to follow him. And he says to his disciples, "You, my disciples, are to be salt in this earth." Salt in Jesus' day was primarily used as a preservative and a purifier. It would be used to preserve meat, to keep things pure from the corruption of bacteria and things in the world around it. And so Jesus is saying to his disciples, you are to have a purifying effect on this world. Your job is to purify and to preserve the world around you. And what's interesting is he goes into this next statement. He says, "But salt that has lost its taste is worthless and ready to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet." What's interesting about that is that salt is one of the most stable compounds we have on the planet. It doesn't just naturally lose its saltiness. In order for it to become unsalty, it has to be corrupted in some way by earth or by water or by the things that it's mixed with. And that's how salt loses its saltiness. And so what Jesus is saying is that you, my disciples, are to be purifiers, are to be preservers in this world. You are to affect and influence the world around you for the gospel of Jesus Christ. And what he's warning them against is that the world around them can have a corrupting or a detrimental effect on their ability to be salt. So he's saying, be influencers in this world. Don't be influenced by the world around you. And that's a struggle for us today, just as it was for the disciples in those days. It's a challenge for us to live in such a way that we are in the world, not of the world, that we are conforming the world to the image of Christ, not being conformed to the image of the world. We all have that challenge when we look at the world around us. We want people to like us. We want people to accept us. And yet Jesus is saying that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that you reflect me to this world. The most important thing is that you have a positive and purifying impact on the world around you. And if the world around you begins to corrupt you, then you're going to lose your influence that God has called you to have. Men, if we're going to be men of legacy, we have to be salty. If we're going to be men of legacy, we have to seek to live in such a way that Christ would be magnified and glorified in our lives, even if it means that some people may not like us, even if it means that we have to reject certain things in this world, even if it means that we have to look at certain things in this world and figure out if we can redeem them for the glory of Christ. And so that's my challenge for you tonight. Be salty. We need to be legacy men who are the salt of this earth, purifying, influencing, impacting the world for the name and person of Jesus Christ. Love you guys. I'm praying for you. As always, keep praying for me. And until next time, God bless you.